So I'm looking on Twitter here, doing my thing. I'm on Ken Klippenstein's page. I never say his name. Ken Klippenstein. He's the guy who took Elon Musk to school. I enjoyed every moment of that. Ken Klippenstein, he completely embarrassed Elon Musk. That's a story for another day. I'm looking at his tweet. He had two pictures linked here. Almost 30 million Americans didn't have enough food to eat last week. That's a screenshot from Bloomberg, and it said weekly surveys show food insecurity at a high in July. Um, Now, what's interesting about this is that he contrasted that with another story. American billionaires has made an average of $42 billion a week throughout the pandemic. So, in a reality where 42 where billionaires are making 42 billion a week in the middle of a pandemic, 30 million Americans didn't have enough to eat. So what do we do about this? What's the answer to this question? Now, vote blue no matter who in the liberal class, they will sell this as okay, this is proof that we must support Joe Biden. Now, anyone who's been paying attention and anyone who's not a partisan bootlicker realize that this is a deep institutional problem that has a ton to do with Trump, but not everything to do with Trump. This is a systemic problem that stems from Democrats supporting corporate bailout money in a time of a pandemic. But they refuse to support the plans laid out by Bernie Sanders where you pay each American $2,000 a month. If you pay each American $2,000 a month, you don't have headlines like these. And if you have progressive tax policy that go after the top 1%, going after corporations and the ruling class, you don't have headlines like these. It's quite literally that simple. So, if the answer is not electoral politics, what is the answer? Anyone who's been following my feed for the last week or so, no, I have been working to try and get the general strike started. And I want to thank my great friend Beth, the LN from Twitter, because she's very passionate about this issue as well. And I don't know what options that we have other than general strike. And I am still blown away by the fact that we have progressive leaders who are terrified of calling for a general strike. We are super excited when we elect people who don't take corporate cash, don't take corporate campaign money. And we know why the general standard politician is not calling for a general strike. Because if you call for a general strike, you're hurting corporations, you're hurting big business. So if you're calling for that general strike and if you're a standard politician, you're going to lose your campaign finance money. That sweet, sweet campaign cash. Now, when we elect progressive leaders and we're excited about them because they don't take corporate cash, but they are acting like by them calling a general strike, they're going to make some enemies. I don't understand their mindset. You don't take their money, but you're worried about their bottom line. You're worried about raising too much hell and calling a general strike. So I think that's the answer. I think that's what we gotta do. I think our government is so beyond the pale that even if it wasn't for the coronavirus and their lack of response, I'll be advocating for a general strike because even outside the pandemic, 68,000 Americans die each year because they don't have health care. And you guys think in a time where the Democratic nominee for president in this time is not supporting Medicare for all. He's not supporting the UBI. He's not supporting rent control, mandatory on evictions. He just dissed UBI. Like, man, you think the answer is to vote? You think the answer is to vote for the Democratic Party, who take money from Big Pharma and in turn repeat their talking points regarding healthcare in the middle of a pandemic? So, yes, I think we should be going for a general strike right now because the opportunity demands it. The opportunity demands that we have a general strike right now, because now we're in a situation where 28 million people are about to go homeless in 2 months. 30 million Americans didn't have enough food to last them a week. So people who otherwise wouldn't be on board on revolution, they have no choice but to be on board of our revolution. Because why wouldn't they? What do they have to lose? And that's where I come from. What do I have to lose? People ask me why I'm considering running for Congress, why I'm running for office in the future. The reason is because I don't have much to lose. My family don't have health care. I don't have health care. We live in a fascist police state that is locking up protesters without reading their rights. That's the situation we're in. So, if I keep going, if I accept this false peace, it's only a matter of time before I'm a victim. I'm lucky that I haven't had my ass beat by a cop yet. I'm lucky that I'm generally healthy, so I didn't have a emergency medical bill. But a lot of people aren't so lucky. And it's only a matter of time before it hits your backyard. It's only a matter of time. So, if you are on the left, and if you are progressive, and you're not calling for a general strike right now, you are a deeply, deeply unserious person. You are a deeply partisan actor who, despite how much you want to convince yourself that you are anti-establishment, you are not anti-establishment. You are a Democratic operative that is to the left of your peers. That's it. And I got into trouble. Well, I ain't get in trouble. I had disagreements with some friends because I was going after the progressive leaders and now going after people who are voting for Joe Biden and who are not calling for a general strike right now. I went after the people who pledged their vote for Joe Biden, despite the fact he wasn't calling for healthcare as a human right in the middle of a pandemic. And people got mad at me because I'm voter shaming. I'm not voter shaming. I'm strategy shaming. Because your privilege of having healthcare, of being taken care of not being worried that they're gonna have not just me, but anyone in my family, anyone who looks like me, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my aunt, my niece, my uncle, my dad, my mom. One of us may get fucked up by a cop. But it's so important for you to maintain your relationships with the Democratic Party and for you to maintain your career that you want to get mad at me for strategy shaming you. No, sir. No, sir. I'm going to keep strategy shaming until the progressive movement finally realizes that unless you stand in solidarity with everyone regarding healthcare, there is no peace. You guys are advocating for a false peace on the left. Now, at the end of the day, vote your conscience. If you vote for Joe Biden, I'm not going to be mad. I didn't unfollow one person this entire time ever since Bernie dropped out. I didn't unfollow one person who said they was going to vote for Joe Biden. Not one fucking guy. So, My thing is vote your conscience, but I will continue to advocate for a general strike. And I think if you're not advocating for a general strike, you are wasting whatever platform you have, and you are turning your back on the progressive movement and the working class people of America. Anyway, progressive martial artists, thank you guys for taking this video. Sign out.